As a child, I had several encounters with spirit world entities, some terrifying and unexplainable. These experiences left me with a craving for knowledge and understanding. My name is Gahandawaks Perkins, and I, along with a team of like-minded individuals, search for answers and scientific evidence to prove that we share this earth with those we cannot always see, hear, or touch. This is Spirit World.
When we were spending a few hours here into the night, as it got later, I started to feel uneasy.
When I went up the stairs, I felt like I was choking, suffocating actually.
I get in my car and all of a sudden upstairs in the attic I seen like a glowing light and a shadow or a figure or something.
Definitely being outside, it feels like you're being watched.
The Dupree house was built in 1882 and is located in the small town of Fort Covington, which borders the Akwesasne Reservation. This house has many rumors attached to it, with its own secrets and unique history. Our team is here to investigate this house for a second time, leading with a fresh perspective, new testimonial insights, and a property reading from a local anonymous Indigenous medium who we will call Medium X. Their readings will show up in text on screen with a picture of the location they're speaking of. The ATV Spirit World team pairs up once again with the Mohawk Mediums Paranormal Team to uncover untold stories and discover what may be lurking within the walls of the Dupree house. What was it like for people who used to work in the building? What was it like for our team the first time we investigated the Dupree house? Will this time around be any different? As always, only time will tell.
The first time we came to this house and did our investigations, I wasn't really into the idea of there being ghosts here. I don't really believe in stuff like that. I mean, I'm definitely open to believing it, but coming here, one of the things I did notice was that when we were spending a few hours here into the night, as it got later, I started to feel uneasy. I don't know if that's just because I was staying up late into the night or if I was just like delirious from tiredness or something, but I got emotional, which is like, I don't really get emotional on the job like ever, you know, I try not to, but for some reason I had just this overwhelming feeling of like emotions wash over me, like something really, like a heavy energy or something, and it just made me feel really sad for some reason.
Different locations of the house definitely felt like a different energy. So when we were out on the grounds, I thought I felt like somebody grabbed my leg, and inside the house, more so in the attic, I felt like I was choking, so suffocating actually. When I went up the stairs, I had a hard time breathing once I got to the top, and it wasn't like an exercise thing, it was just felt like I couldn't catch my breath and I felt like I was choking.
After that investigation, going through all of the evidence was super scary because we actually got things I didn't think we were going to. I'm pretty sure I heard like a little girl.
I think you need a key. Are you guys hiding in the basement?
And I was like, what the f is going on here?
One of the voices, it was heard saying, "Behind you." And it repeated it. That was shocking to me. It's always the audio that you find after the fact, after doing the investigation, because it's not really things that you heard in that moment. It's stuff that you find out later that somehow is always a creepier element to me. One of my favorite parts, or the more scarier ones, we found this audio clip of someone screaming out in the yard. It's very chilling to hear something like that, as it did sound like as if it was someone was in pain and they were just screaming out. I thought maybe I was even arguing with my producer Gahanawaks, like that's kids playing, that has to be, and you're like, there's really no one out right now or doing anything, kids are probably in school and stuff, you know, and it was during the day, so that was really scary.
So hearing that and then hearing what our first medium was saying was like super intense, because she was like picking up on all of these different eras from like since the house was built. And then our second medium, she is an Indigenous woman, and when she was here, she was just picking up on like all of the lost and forgotten souls who like actually just wanted attention and needed help. And throughout the years, people who have worked in this building claim to have like poltergeist type of activity. And I think they were saying like that was just to get attention. And to people who don't know what's going on, that can seem malicious, but really they just are trying to get attention to be like, hey, can you help me? So I think that's going to be a good thing for people who were scared to be in this building, to give them a little bit of a peace of mind. The Dupree house once served as an assisted living center, and staff member Emily Gardner, who worked in the building for years, had first-hand paranormal experiences and heard plenty of second-hand accounts from coworkers.
There was a few things that I had experienced. Like I said, one of the bedrooms was right next to my office, and one morning the person didn't turn their TV off, and I jokingly was like, "Oh, they're gonna get in trouble. They didn't turn the TV off." And I got up to walk into the room to turn it off, and there was a pencil on the dresser, and it went flying off and hit their footboard of their bed. And it wasn't like it just rolled off and dropped down. It had some momentum behind it, so it kind of launched across the room.
Arlene LaFrance, a former colleague, also had an experience during her tour of the property, feeling uneasy before she even entered the house. She has yet to feel the same sensation she felt in the kitchen, leaving the experience unexplained.
Definitely being outside, like to me, it feels like you're being like watched or something by someone. I was at the Ira house for a tour with some coworkers. A group of us really wanted to check it out for ourselves because we have heard a few things about it before. When I walked into the kitchen on that first step, that's when I felt the tightness of my chest, and I played it off. I thought, oh, I'm probably just scared, like that's what that feeling is. But since then, I've never really had that feeling, and I've done a lot of risk-taking things, and I've never felt that chest tighten feeling.
Lillian Benedict Barton served as the manager of the program at that same time. She shares her unexplainable experiences during her time at the Dupree house. She also heard the widespread rumors of an intellectually disabled person who was kept in the attic.
This one time, I had stayed till like maybe 9, 10 o'clock at night, and it was dark in the fall, and I'd get in my car, and all of a sudden upstairs in the attic I seen like a glowing light and a shadow or a figure or something, and I'm like, it's nothing, it's just my eyes playing tricks, I'm tired, but it didn't occur just one time, it occurred a few times.
What did occur to me on that second floor, I used to go early in the morning to help the ladies get up and get showered, and one particular morning, one person was awake. Usually she's up early and outside doing stuff, and I was just waiting for the others to wake up. And when I sat down there's a little desk, I sat there and was doing paperwork or whatever, and I could hear footsteps walking around in the room behind me. And I thought, that's odd. Usually she's out of her room, and I could hear footsteps walking towards the door. So I just said, I'll turn around and say good morning. And at that time, we had these older style knobs that were more for decor than they were for functionality. But at the time, her door, if you turned it, the doorknob was stripped, so it would just fall off. And at the time, I turned around to say good morning, and the doorknob turned but didn't fall off. And the door pushed open a little bit, stopped, and then swung fully open. And there was nobody there.
We ended up having Junior Cook come here a couple times. And the first time he came here, there was an oven. The oven was right there. And he had his cast iron pan, and then he had sage, and he lit the sage, and he started doing prayers. And next thing you know, we hear like that. And the glass on the oven door shattered. And then another time, we did the ceremony in the living room, or the dining room. We started in the dining room. And it was raining out, it was kind of a yucky day. And then all of a sudden we heard this loud thunder. I mean, it was a boom, like a really loud boom. And the next thing you know, we could hear glass shattering. So we all ran to see what it was. And up here at the top of the stairs, the window flew open, and the stained glass window broke.
This was probably early 2000s when I worked there. And I took another coworker up with me. And when you walk up into the attic, there's 2 doors straight ahead. One kind of looks like a shed door, and it has like it's not flush against the door frame, so it kind of rocks back and forth. And so we walked over, we opened it. It's just like a little closet. Close it back up, and we start to walk into that other room to pull the door closed to look behind it. And both of us were in the room, and at that time the door outside of the room started shaking back and forth, rattling. So we both took off running. This was one that was told to me by one of the individuals. When they did, she always said that she saw a little boy on the second floor. When they did renovations of one of the bathrooms, supposedly a maintenance man looked up into there was a full-length mirror in the hallway and saw a little boy in the mirror. Some staff, in general, or individuals, some felt uneasy there. And after we moved out of there, a lot of the stuff that people felt uneasy about in that house seemed to dissipate, that they didn't have those issues anymore.
There was an instance where staff couldn't make it in for the midnight shift, and I would spend the night here and do all the duties and stuff, cleaning and checking on residents every hour. And I would go upstairs to the second floor and check everybody. And when I got up there, the door to the attic was open, and we always keep it shut. It was that was just one place nobody went. It was a storage place. And every instance I'd shut it and then go up again, and it would be open. And then the couple times I would spend the night, and I'd be in the living room and just have the TV on, and I could hear the stairs creaking. So I would think, one of the guys got up and I have to go check on them. So I'd walk over to the stairway, and there wasn't anybody there.
when we had a seer come before, he would use a crystal and take pictures through the crystal with his phone. And in one of the pictures that he got, he actually saw a woman who, she looked very tall. He said she had very long legs, but her legs almost looked disfigured, like that she might have been handicapped. That he thought that might have been a spirit who was there.
When interviewing Lillian, I questioned her about the rumor of the attic room where the child had been locked and hidden out of sight. We conducted a thorough investigation and found no evidence of scratch marks on the door, walls, ceiling, or the floorboards. No markings or handprints that have been rumored to have been there all these years. Have you ever heard the rumor of someone being kept in the attic?
After a while, yeah. I forget who had mentioned it to me. It was probably like a year later after I started to work here. They had heard that a child, developmentally disabled child or mentally ill child, was locked up into the attic in one of the rooms up there.
Chris Terrence of the Mohawk Mediums Paranormal Team felt it was necessary to share some information regarding the long-lived rumor of a disappointments room being in the attic of this particular house. Disappointment rooms in the past were used by families to conceal their offspring due to not knowing how to care for their child's intellectual or physical disabilities. Typically found on top floors of houses in small rooms with little to no social interactions and very poor living conditions.
So I heard from somebody that the disappointments room didn't even happen in here, that it was at a different house that's local to this area. And it wasn't even a disappointments room case, it was more of a domestic. So that's something to look into rather than just believing that this house has a disappointment room. Because chances are it didn't, not here.
For this investigation, I'm super excited because we're going in with an all-new team, all Indigenous, and I think that's really unique because we all have like a different perspective on this kind of like stuff. So we're not like going about it in like a crude way or anything like that. We're honestly just trying to like investigate and see what is here and what's not here. If anything happens, we try to find a natural explanation first. So I think that's a very important thing when it comes to investigation teams, to be able to debunk a lot of things that most people just write off as being paranormal right away. As darkness stretches across the Dupree house, the Spirit World Investigation Team and the Mohawk Mediums Paranormal Team eagerly prepare for the investigation.
So we got these awesome vests to put all of our items in, and looks like Gahanowicz is doing something with sound. What's that?
Oh, I just wanted to listen to audio, kind of like live EVP listening.
Okay.
Feeling brave. Spirit World hosts and investigators Brittany Bonaparte and I go over our equipment to give Brittany better insight on the tools we're working with. We hear from a high-pitched, humorous entity who decides to join in on our fun.
Okay, how about your balls here?
My balls are special balls. They light up when any kind of touching occurs. Touching occurs. Touching occurs.
Yeah, I light up when people touch my balls as well.
That's what I heard about you. So you ask them to like touch the ball, maybe just one ball. Throughout the investigation, there will be EVP playbacks, electronic voice phenomena, some with heightened audio and all with text of the director's best interpretation of the EVPs. Most EVPs will not be played 2 to 3 times, and not all EVPs will be marked due to the low quality of the EVPs. All of the equipment will be named and explained on screen. Some pausing and going back to listen may be necessary.
Okay, well, thank you for showing me everything. Should we start the investigation
Do you
now?
feel confident with what we have?
I'm confident with just those little dowel things, or what are they called?
Yeah, where are they?
Dowsing rods. Okay.
Lock and load.
Okay.
Aaron Terrence is the medium in the Mohawk Mediums Paranormal Team. When he has visuals come to him, he likes to draw them in his sketchpad and share his predictions and interpretations of them with the team.
When Brittany was standing over there, sorry, through that doorway, and like boom, if that was there, then you walked in. There's something to do a lot with you because that one mimicked you too. You're gonna be probably touched a lot tonight.
Good times.
And I get earphones, so.
What?
I get earphones, so that's.
Like headphones?
Yeah, like, so that'd probably be a lot of audio. And a little kid upstairs. He's just standing there looking.
What is that one?
A lot of noise. That one thing Chris has, they're yelling at it.
Spirit box?
Like they want to be known
box.
for some reason. I don't like the hat. I don't know what the hat means.
Dante was wearing a hat earlier.
He's now
But
sorry.
this house was, they did a ceremony here. Some hours.
We did the ceremony in the dining room. We started in the dining room.
We're off obviously, but it's still a little bit of remnants of that I pick up on.
Before the teams could get fully equipped for the investigation, an odd discovery was made with the dowsing rods.
The copper rods that they're using just keeps like pointing at me and following me. I don't know why.
Where's Britt?
You see her, right? Yep. Yep, that's her. Good job.
Leave Brittany alone.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Chris and Aaron were able to establish yes and no signs with the rods and received intelligent responses, even directing the entity to follow them or point to a person by merely saying their name. Just before my dowsing rods moved, my wireless audio pack started making strange, distorted noises that shouldn't have had any interference. So much so that Dante, the camera tech, had turned off my microphone pack, relying only on the camera microphone during the end of that session. When this happens to your wireless microphones, it is called electromagnetic interference.
All right, at least point to me. Now come over. Okay, yep. Yep. And you are in no way manipulating those at all. No. So it wants to talk, but it's stubborn. It's annoyed. Yeah. Yeah.
There's multiple ways we can.
It's like, yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah. Do you feel any different? Do you feel like electricity around your?
They just feel different.
Yeah.
Like they're actually moving.
Yeah.
It is a known theory in the paranormal field that spirits emit an electromagnetic field, which could affect wireless microphone packs that depend on frequencies to operate. Already, 2 of Aaron's predictions come true, and some pieces come together for Brittany from tonight's investigation and from our first investigation here at the house.
Look at the drawing of that thing behind you.
What?
Oh,
The hell are you talking about?
the drawing when you were standing in the doorway.
Oh, what you get?
Yeah, it's like you're standing there, but there's a silhouette behind you.
Why is it gonna be me right away?
Remember the EVP? Behind you, Brittany.
Shut the up. That's weird. That is weird. You never told, did you tell him that?
No, he's never watched it. He doesn't know about it.
Between us?
Remember when I said he's gonna be touched on the shoulder?
What the hell? Tap dancing on your shoulder,
What
Dante.
the heck? So are you guys excited to start the investigation?
I've been waiting so long to get into this house.
Same.
So long.
Now that we've collectively gathered our equipment, it's time for the work to begin. The investigation commenced on the second floor in the Blue Room. And now that we're settled in, it's lights out.
All right, so we're in this room now. Can you tell me your name? Can you at least say hello? Can you make a noise for us? Not even with this device. Can you at least knock on something?
Are you here with us right now?
I'll start this back up.
Are you here with us right now?
Come on in here, little friend. I just want to hear you. Want to hear your voice.
Can you say hello?
And we won't let the little girl talk. All right, give us the name. Who's in this room? Who's your favorite in this room?
We're all unaware of the voices that we've received through the SB7 spirit box. But what does stand out is Montana, our camera technician, acting strange.
Alright, so we'll leave it upstairs. Yeah. Okay.
You good, Montana?
What's that?
They're not on them.
You good?
Here you can see her checking how far away the wall is, trying to debunk the sensation she just felt. Brittany questions why she's being singled out as the team heads to their second investigation spot, the Iron Board room.
What do you think so far?
So far, it looks like it really likes me, whatever this is. The rods, the copper rods, they point to me anytime they ask them to. Look, it's literally pointing to me right now. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. There you go.
And he was just literally walking by. What's it mean? Is there something wrong with me? Or is there something right with me?
Do it that one.
Here I mention that I'm going to put the balls on the floor, and again, an entity or two has something to say about it.
I'm gonna put my balls on the floor.
Okay.
I've never seen it do that.
Do you think it was because of the lights?
I don't think so. See it? It's mad at him out.
Can someone touch my balls?
Here, the SLS camera mapped out a figure that seemed to have stretched out of our camera tech's already mapped out body structure and reached for the balls in the center of the floor and quickly vanished.
If you touch the balls on the floor, they'll light up.
When you asked that, it looked like it was starting to, you know what I mean? Like, get down on the ground.
Other than the SLS figure, we didn't feel the iron board room had much activity happening. So we quickly moved on to the next location, which was a room we knew we would get tons of activity in, the living room.
All right, we established there was 2 females and 1 male here. Am I correct? All right. Now straighten out again. Straighten. All right. Straight for no. Cross for yes. Was there anybody in a disappointment room in this house? Was that a rumor?
During this session, I had been monitoring an app on my phone called Ghost Hunting Tools. It has a library of 1,822 dictionary words that the spirit can access and make visible on screen. While still unsure of the validity of the app, we do receive a few relevant words after further questioning the same main spirit. Brittany receives a few words from beyond.
I'm wondering what
I'm wondering what's going on.
the fascination is.
I wonder if it's anybody, like, any one of your relatives.
Well, today I cried because it was Every Child Matters, the walk.
Yeah.
And I didn't know my aunt was going to give a speech about my father who had passed away several years ago.
Yeah.
And he was a residential school survivor. So that is like an emotional part of my day.
Damn.
Yeah.
So maybe could be a possible reason. I have no idea.
Could be like the vulnerability.
Is Brittany's power hindering the investigation?
Sit up.
All right, I'm fine.
It just said acceptance.
What? That's what it wrote? Does it come up with different words?
Yeah.
Is their feelings for the kids powerful?
Are you annoyed with all the questions?
I guess it's a big yes.
There you go. Thank you.
Does Brittany have a good medicine? Yeah. You opened her eyes. I don't think she's a skeptic anymore.
It's funny because it says reached.
What does it say?
Reached.
She's
Finally
for
reached.
acceptance.
Oh, Jesus, now it says alcohol.
Did this spirit pick the word acceptance for Brittany and then get surprised when it actually appeared on the screen? Was Brittany reached in her beliefs of the spirit world?
Do you want us to go to the attic?
I'll go Brittany alone in the attic. And that's a big yes.
No.
It was already answering Shay's question.
What was? Oh, to go up in the attic? No.
Actually, why are you picking on Brittany? I want to know that. Why? Is it just fun for you? Yeah.
Remember at the podcast recording, you said, "Oh, they're gonna mess with you. They're gonna make a believer out of you."
Ooh. Well, I want to say something.
He kept, during the podcast, he kept pointing at me and he was like looking at me as we were discussing things. And I'm like, what are you looking at? Like, what are you smiling for? And he's like, you. I'm like, what? He's like, they're gonna mess with you.
Yeah. Oh my God, something's gonna happen over here. Sorry. You don't believe, so they're gonna show you.
What?
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I'm excited.
But it's like a laughing, because you're right into it. There's something about you that you're like being a little bit skeptical for some reason, and they're picking up on that. When I was saying something and I seen something walk this way, and she don't believe. She'll see. And I'm like, great. There's the Doodle Man coming out again.
Oh no, Doodle Man coming out.
Are you happy that Brittany's using the Dells rods now? Is that what you wanted to happen? Remember, cross for yes, straight for no. You not want her to use those? Can you point to the room where the piano is?
You don't like talking from me?
It's funny though, like when she told me it's not doing anything.
Yeah, it's just straight.
I don't think it can do anything because you're on your...
Oh.
Sorry.
That would be why too. That would be why too.
Whoopsie.
In our Ganyakehaga beliefs surrounding our moon time, it is said that that is the time that we are closest with our grandmothers, our protectors, that it is our cleansing time and our medicine time, when we as women are most powerful, and because of that power, there are certain things that we cannot do in order to keep the balance and not to disrupt the medicine or power of other things.
Maybe that's why it's so...
Could be.
It says won't.
Won't?
Won't.
You won't do anything with me because...
Yeah, probably. That's why I said you had strong medicine. Like, you had good medicine.
You are the medicine right now.
Point at Brittany again.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is just, I don't even know.
That's weird.
Like, I don't even...
You've never experienced anything like
No.
this? Is it like tripping you guys out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Montana?
Oh, yes!
She's like, don't come at me.
You like her too?
It cross. Can you straighten it out?
Straighten up now.
Like I said, it's only happened to me once before at Lizzie Borg's house.
Are you the one who touched her on the shoulder upstairs?
Was it one of the females that touched her on the shoulder?
Oh my God.
Were you, I don't even know what to say.
Are you different? You heard that you like baseball?
There's a field right over here.
The guys didn't like you and the women didn't want to be around you. Am I correct?
Yes.
Oh, hello.
What?
Okay.
Well, hello. Like, okay, hi.
Comfortable.
You notice how accepting things are these days? You have a pretty friend?
From all of the information gathered, Aaron believes he has figured out the main spirit we've been in contact with may be two-spirited, or somewhere on the queer spectrum.
I think she's two-spirited.
Do you feel like the person that was here was special needs?
That thing, the thing upstairs is a created thing from the rumor, from the top of it. It's put there. It never was alive.
So basically, like, it was willed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you talk about it enough,
It'll become alive.
yeah.
The two ladies, because there's a little dog outside. Remember I told you how I did mine? That's a little dog, that's hers. Well, she's not in a dress, she's in like overalls. And the hat, that wasn't a man,
That was her?
that was her.
What kind of hat?
Like a top hat, like a bow or something like that.
After a very eventful session in the living room, we decided to use the Phasmo box to ask a few questions before making our way to our final location, the infamous attic.
Is there a Scottish or an Irish lady here?
There's a Scottish lady? Why? You hear it?
I?
That was weird.
If it were Scottish, they wouldn't say yes, they would say I.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back to the third floor. Can we go up there?
Yes, in the attic.
What? Yes, in the attic.
Yes.
Here, take it.
I'm spooked.
I want you to use it.
With pieces being uncovered throughout the night, and the confirmation that one spirit was Irish or Scottish as Medium X gathered, things seemed to finally be coming together. The team sets up their equipment and finds their spots in the attic to start their final investigation. Entering that corner, I immediately had a strange feeling that we shouldn't be there, in that dark corner where Brittany wanted to stand. I just felt like something was there and was right behind us.
I'm gonna go over there, Mom.
You want to stand in the dark corner, Brittany? Okay. Watch closely. This small light anomaly seemingly manifests out of thin air and moves directly into my chest. I felt like something was around me, and I didn't like the intimidating vibes I was getting. Here is a side-by-side comparison of a light anomaly and dust particles. The natural movement and behavior of the dust particles do not match that of the light anomalies spotted throughout the night. There was a disturbing deep voice during this happening.
I don't know why you gotta stand over here.
Is there anybody up here?
Which we're going to show you that it wasn't Aaron who was standing just a few feet from where we were.
I don't know why you gotta stand over here. I don't know why you gotta stand over here.
Straight for no, cross for yes. Is there anybody up there? No. No, is there a made up somebody up here? Are you here because they talked about you and made you here? Sorry, I didn't. All right. Any question? Straighten out.
Keep asking questions, Aaron.
Are you a rumor ghost? Cross for yes, straight for no. All right.
Here, a light anomaly quickly shows itself in a strobe-like manner, flashing 2 times before vanishing again.
You lived here at one point in time.
These 2 light anomalies take quick 90-degree turns, near and over my head, and it seems to go with the very faint sounds of a young girl saying something.
Why do you hang up here?
I didn't notice this at the time, but at this point during the investigation, I was seemingly in some sort of daze. Was whatever flew into my chest draining me of my energy?
Why do you hang out up here when this wasn't your home? You're coming off to me as a made-up person. Why is that?
More? I mean, you are.
Was there an accident outside that you're here now?
Wait, step right there again. Just so you.
It's not you, it's not him. It's because Brittany moved?
This door?
If you touch that red button over there, can you touch it again?
What am I doing?
Is it the vibration on the floor?
Yeah, maybe.
Nope.
No.
That was weird. It was right when you moved every time.
Swing your hand again.
Are you getting ready to move when we go back downstairs? Are you following Brittany?
No. Are you holding Brittany's hand?
If you look very closely, 2 strange light anomalies can be seen around the REM pod. The first one on the left appears to be pulsating, and the other very faint ball is seen going diagonally from right to left. Could these be the energy of the spirits we're communicating with?
Here's when I stood over here.
All right.
It's like,
Thank you for that.
does it want me going there or something? I thought I heard door. Is it you? When I talk about the door,
Did I hear yeah?
No, it's a man.
I don't know. See? It's like it wants me to go in there.
Every time you point that way. All right, to me you feel made up. So prove to us that you're not made up, that you were a live person at one point in time. Make that REM pod go off, that mechanical red light. Were you alive at one time? All right, so you weren't alive at one time.
It's gotta be something.
But I would think if it were like you were standing somewhere setting it off, every time you step in that same spot, it's gonna go. You've been touching on the same area and it's not going, then it will.
Do you want us to leave the upstairs?
Yeah, right? Isn't that weird?
I thought initially you were standing on that board.
Right? That's what I thought too.
But then
it doesn't do it. Wait. Okay. Okay. No.
Yeah, see, like
it's not doing it.
If it were that, it would do it every single time.
Initially, we thought the REM pod was being set off by stepping in certain spots. But upon further inspection, we found that it wasn't because of us.
I'll try to find it. Oh, sorry, what was your voice?
Okay, I'm gonna go towards that door, see if it freaks out.
I was doing voice records too.
Watch the holes.
Yeah.
You want my flashlight? Brittany?
Why did it turn blue?
Why is it?
Because it's closer to the antenna.
Could it have been you, Dante, doing this?
Like what?
Like, when you were standing over there?
Now.
So do you want me to go into this room?
A spirit using the REM pod to communicate convinces Brittany to enter the attic room.
They use that room for storage.
Do you want her to stay out of that room? Let's just start something over here. So stay out of that room? You gonna answer? Okay. Is it dangerous in that room?
Want we go in?
Try it.
That's weird, dude.
Now what the hell is there a light on? Is that her? Or is it just
The flashlight?
ambient light? Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, the flashlight was her.
It's so quiet now. What do you think? What should I do?
I don't know, but
I wouldn't stay in there. Is it carpeted?
No, it's all wood. Okay, I'm gonna leave now.
If it was a room.
okay, look. When she was going in,
What's going on?
it was going off. She's at that doorway. Nothing's happening.
Well, That's probably why I was touching it. But only for that moment when I was going in. I was standing there and it was going nuts.
It shouldn't be that touchy though.
No, it shouldn't.
To make the REM pod go off, a conductive object or a person needs to be very close to break the EMF field of detection.
This is, it's been a weird experience.
After Brittany leaves the attic room, the team feels it is time for a quick debrief on the investigation to share their thoughts before heading out. After all that went on, will Brittany still be a skeptic non-believer, or has she concluded to be open-minded in her beliefs of the spirit world?
I'm just trying to make sense of it all. Like, I don't even...
It's a whole different story.
I'm not even like scared or anything. I'm like kind of a little in shock, like not sure what to think. Like I need like a moment to process it all.
Yeah.
And it's just like so strange, you know? I feel like it told me to go in that room to realize there was nothing in that room. Because like when I went in there, nothing was happening, so.
You didn't feel anything.
Like, look, it's not scary. Nothing happened in here.
Right? That's what I'm thinking. It was trying to tell me.
There was no one locked in here. It's just a room.
Yeah, because it was going off like when, like he was saying, like, do you want Brittany to go in that room?
Yeah.
And it was like beep beep beep.
So strange.
But maybe the real story has to come out about the spirits. The story is completely different than what everybody thinks.
So you guys good? We're packing up, ready to go?
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Attempting to uncover the truth behind these unexplained hauntings, the Spirit World team utilized local experts, community testimonials, and the latest innovative technology available to follow the evidence wherever it may lead. Did they uncover the true story of a rejected and misunderstood spirit who just wanted to be accepted during their waking life? Did they finally put to rest a well-spread rumor of an intellectually disabled person being kept in the attic? Is the thing in the attic really an entity created by group thought? Some findings may continue to be a mystery. You decide.